Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at with another video for you guys. Back with another episode review of the Shiunji Family Children. Um, this show continues. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, even though I will admit the last few episodes are kind of more the same with what we've been starting. I'm starting to see maybe something start to pick up a bit in terms of the story with where we're going. But so far we got two sisters that already have confirmed that they're in love with our boy, um, Arata. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where it's going on. But this episode again further hits the point home why Banri is my favorite sister out of the bunch. Oka's obviously my second favorite sister, but again, this episode hits farther from the truth about Banri being my favorite because she's just adorable, she's just cute, and she's just funny. So there's that. But anyways, last week's episode left off on the cliffhanger where Ouka basically confessed her love to Arata, saying like I love you, right? And we kind of get a pickup to that. So we see that okay, she doesn't, well, in her eyes, right, or in her words, she doesn't mean she loves him like romantically or anything. She just loves him like a brother, and that's where they keep it out to be. Like, even though they get into arguments and fights, at the end of the day, she still loves him like a brother. But I'm starting to not believe that, because we do see a scene where it's clear that when she was told that Kotano basically clinged to him and then told him about that, it clearly bothered her. So, and we know, like in the last episode, she got very flustered about everything and everything. So, I think it's clear that Ouka loves Arata more than just a brother. She loves him, like loves him. So, I think she's completely lying about that. Oh, I just love him like a brother. No, you don't. It's clear you actually have legitimate feelings for him, right? So there's that. Now, you get a plot twist where you have it where Minamine actually overheard this, because she was in the gift shop at the for the amusement park, but then she was like, hey, let me go get Ouka to see what she would like. And then she overheard this, and she only overheard the fact that Ouka said that she loves Arata, and she's like, oh no, we got another Kotano situation. Now, we later find out in the episode she only ended up telling Banri about what Ouka said, but yeah, that's the thing there. So it is interesting. So, Minamine now knows, which it then leads into a scene after the daily events, or maybe a few days after it, right? Um and stuff like that. Also, Arata and Shion do have a conversation, and Shion's kind of just nagging Arata. Like, well, hey, look, man, you got these five great-looking sisters, so who wouldn't be jealous, right? But basically, everywhere Arata, he's working out. He's just getting some ab work in. He's working out in the gym and everything. And then Minami shows up, and basically is like, oh, he's like, oh, hey, how you doing? And now Minami's getting all flustered because she's like, my sister basically confessed um her love to him. And the thing is, like, you can clearly tell, like, she's trying to get it out of him, like, hey, something going on between you and Ouka or something, and just want to know. And he's like, no, there's nothing going on, we're fine, right? And he's just now I think it's because he's dense and he's not picking up on what she's trying to say and everything, or what she means. But it's clear, like, Oka's just like, or Minami's trying to get him to say, like, hey, Ouka told me that she loves me, right? What's your thoughts about that, right? Um, Again, it's clear, like, Minami wants to, like, peep in and be like, all right, what the hell's going on here and stuff like that. So, yeah, but no, Arata's not giving him any, or not giving her anything to go off on, right? So then, what happens next is after the after the weight room stuff, because eventually Minami is just like, I can't even think to work out because of this whole instance, right? So you have it where Arata, he's about to go take a shower or a bath or whatever, and then he walks in. He walks in on Seiha, basically already in her undergarments. And he's like, what the hell? You couldn't have told me that you were in here? And Seiya's just like, well, how do you expect you're supposed to know? So that's the thing. Seiya's probably, she's starting to write, she's probably my third favorite sister, mostly because I like blue-haired girls. But she's adorable. But they were actually talking about their mom and everything, right? Their mysterious mom, who I think is passed away, right? And they talk about like how they vividly remember their mom, but not much, right? So it's like their mom was a little bit of part of their lives, right? So that's the thing there. So yeah. But then that turns into the rest of the back half of the episode where Banri goes out on this date. All right, well, this date with Arata. She calls it a date. Now, before it, she actually goes into his room and she's like, "Oh, this is how your room looks like. I remember back when we were younger, you just didn't want to clean your room or do much of anything, and it wasn't until Dad got on you about that." And obviously, Arata's like, "Well, yeah, because I had to do that. It made me grow up for the better." And again, Banri makes the mention, and like, well, yeah, you're right. You did grow up. You're a lot more mature, more mature for your age than I thought. And this is like the second or third time Banri has mentioned it, like, yeah, he certainly is a lot more mature now. And maybe that's the thing that's attracting Banri to Arata, the fact that she likes how much more mature and much more grown up and much more kind of adultish she is, because she's technically kind of an adult, even though she's in college and everything. But she's basically like she's the oldest sister, right? She's the adult sister in the family. But it's clear that like Banri is gravitating to that, and that's something she clearly loves a lot about Arata. That's like making her attracted to him. But the fact, like, he's a good-looking guy. He's actually pretty mature for his age, and I'm only about 2 years, older than him. Who's to say that I can't shoot my shot? So she basically is like, hey, let's go to the mall and everything. I have to actually go get some stuff. And I also actually want to get you some stuff too. So they basically go to the malls. Again, she's doing the same thing she was doing at the amusement park, where she's literally teasing him. Well, we don't know if it's just directly teasing, or if she's just doing this intentionally because she actually has feelings for Arata. She's doing the whole thing where she's wrapping her arms around his arm, and he can feel the fact that her chest is legitimately bouncing on him. Again, like I said, my guy, bro, you need to, again, in real life, don't do this with your actual sisters or stepsisters or whatever. I still think it's freaking wrong. But in this case, if the sisters got feelings for the man, honestly, I would just go up to the dad and just be like, hey, so you don't have a problem if I actually marry one of your sisters or start dating one of your adoptive daughters? And if the dad is like, oh yeah, go right ahead, I don't care. Now, in that instance, if you get approval from the father, be like, oh yeah, if you want to date your stepsister, go right ahead. I'm not stopping. Personally, I would never do that. No, never in my life, right? But my man, I'm like, ingesting it, enjoy it. I'm like, yeah, you're this hot ass girl all over you, bruh. See, I don't care, man. If I was in Arata's shoes, I'd be ingesting in this thing. I'd probably break the whole rule, and I'd be like, oh yes, Banri, come to me now, right? Banri's the best, right? Anyways, she goes to like get him a new phone and things like that, and some clothes or whatever. But it's pretty, it's pretty funny and adorable with what the heck they're doing, right? And like, as they're getting this new phone, like the phone attendant was like, hey, we can actually set you up with the couples plan. You'll get more of a discount and everything. And see, and that's me, bruh. I'm just like, okay, fine, yeah, let's do it. Okay, couples, yeah. If you're telling me I can get discounts on phone, because trust me, phones are not, cheap nowadays. They're pretty damn expensive, right? So you get that whole instance right then and there, right? So you have that funny stuff, and obviously you are just Arta's like, no, we're not freaking married, we're not a couple, and they're walking together, and Bonnie's like, man, we really should take in that couples deal. You would have got a nice discount. And basically Arta's like, I don't care, we're not a thing, right? So that's the funny stuff right then and there. So yeah, and Arta's like, well, what happens if we got busted and everything? And then Bonner's like, well, we could have just told what was going on. So That's the thing, right? They end up getting like this ice cream and everything. It's nice and adorable. They do a flashback to remember when how they were younger and how the younger sister or the other sisters would pick on Arata, but Banri be the big upstanding sister that would protect him from getting bullied and everything. So yeah, they also do speak about how Kotono was more of a shy person and everything. So yeah, but that's the thing. Anyways, yeah, it's it's nice to see that and everything. Of now, Bonry puts in the sisters group chat about their about them being out and they're taking a picture. Now Kotono sees this and albeit she loves the photo, she is kind of jealous that Bonri is spending time with her with Arata, and she's just like, it should be me, right? She's doing the Yu-Gi-Oh! It should have been me. Now apparently she also has photos of Arata. I don't know what she's doing with them photos. I'm just gonna leave it at that, but she like when she gets the photos of Arata, she gets very happy. So that's the thing. But anyways, Bonri has to go because she has shit she has to go take care of. You then have all the other characters in the mall like, oh my goodness, who is that woman? That would be me. Yes, that would be me too. I know. I don't blame these people. She is hot. She is a bombshell. I know, right? Anyways, you have it to where she does end up calling Minami, and Minami and Bonder's like, yeah, he didn't tell me anything about Ouka and everything, and Minami's like, oh, well, I know I heard something and everything, and Bonder's like, it probably is nothing to worry about, so you'll be fine, right? But then, you have it to where, excuse me. At the end of the episode, Kotono, or not Kotono, not Bonri, a freaking Minami, she actually posts in the wrong chat about, that and everything. And she's like, oh shit, this is the family chat. And she deletes the message immediately. She's like, well, thank God nobody read my message before I sent it out, right? But not so fast, my friend. Kotono actually did read the message, and she's like, why? So, yeah, that's, oh, brother. Minami just opened the floodgates, bruh. She just opened the floodgates. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen now. But now Kotono knows that Ouka confessed her feelings to, Arata. On top of it, we do know that, well, Arata is, let's just say, or not Arata. She also doesn't know that Banri went out with Arata on a date, basically. So there's that. But again, I'm still enjoying this show. Can't wait to see what happens next week and things like that. But I'm gonna go out for guys. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button. If you want to get more the Shiunji family children, I'm just gonna butcher that pronunciation. But I'm gonna go out for guys. Catch you guys in this video. Till then, guys, stay safe up there. Have a great rest of your day or your night or whenever you check this video. Till then, guys, peace.